Remarkables, thanks so much for joining me today. We are going to be talking all about a brand audit. Now, in our last video in the Grow Your Business series, we talked all about doing a life and vision audit and the first 7 days of the 20 Days Off Challenge. But today I'm going to be talking about the second 7 days in the Grow Your Business series, and it's all focused on an audit for your brand. So in this brand audit, the 4 things that we're going to look at are people, profit, process, and position. So we really want to look at our brand from a holistic approach. And the first thing we're going to focus on is your profit or a financial audit. Now, I know everyone doesn't like to look at financials. Some of us really like to look at financials, maybe too often, but the idea is to get a pulse of what's going on with your financials, what's working, what's not. Are you ready for taxes and prepared for when that comes up so you're not scrambling? And this is a great time to set up an appointment with your accountant and make sure that you know exactly what's going to be written off and what can't be written off. Even if this is considered a mid-year for you, maybe you run on a fiscal year where it ends in June or July, that's okay. This is a good time to look at it and get it set up and ready to rock so that when July comes or June comes, you're ready. It's not catching you unaware. And some of these things are really just processes to have in place so that you are ready to hit the ground running and you don't have to slow down when it gets to June or July and you're already in a really good groove. And if you're in the Unleash Your Profit course, you know that this is something that I really stress is to know your numbers and understand where you actually stand as a brand. I could wrap that. Some of the other things you might want to do during this financial audit day is you might want to actually look through your account and see if there are any sort of services or products that you've been paying for that you no longer need or no longer want or that no longer work for your business and start canceling some of those. This is a really good time to focus in and look at what do I actually use? Is this something I need in my business? Yes or no? Get rid of it if you don't. And those are things that also contribute to your profit. Okay, profit isn't always bringing in new clients. Sometimes it's getting rid of old expenses that are draining your account or draining the funds that you do bring in and your bottom line. So remember that, go take a moment to look at that and get rid of it. People are a huge piece of our business because we obviously sometimes need help. Now, I think one of the most important things you can do is learn how to delegate when you're running a business, because understanding that you don't have to do everything and working in your strengths is one of the best things you can do for both your business and your customers. So if you're not good at certain things, see if there's a way that you can delegate, whether you're using interns or you're paying someone part-time or you hire someone on Fiverr or get a virtual assistant, whatever it is that you need to do that you can afford, do those things and set yourself up for success by making sure that you're working in your strengths at all times. The last thing I want to add about people is also making sure that the people that you hire are working in their strengths as well. So just because you get an intern or just because you have a family member who doesn't mind helping you, make sure that they're actually working in their strengths. Otherwise, it's going to be more of a hinder to you than it will be a help. So just keep that in mind when you are hiring on someone or bringing someone on to help you with your business. Day 3 is all about reputation management. And what this means is basically going on to Google or any of your online presence areas and typing in your name or typing in your business and knowing what comes up. What I want you to do on this day is not to fix it. I just want you to make note of what's going on in your online presence and about your brand reputation. And then once you have all that, we'll talk about what to do with it a little bit later in the video, but for now I just want you to make a note of what you see. This is also a great time to look at how you might want to update your social profiles. Are they directing to the same places? Are you able to use this for lead generation? Do you have a different purpose? Do you want to get rid of something? Do you want to try something new, like a new place online? Maybe you want to try Twitter, maybe you want to try Instagram, maybe you want to focus on your Facebook this year. Really look at what you want to do and the direction that you're trying to take your vision and your brand. Take a moment to look at your brand online and assess the situation and make note of the changes you need to make. Day 4 is all about your processes. And what we're going to talk about here is I want you to actually look at your lead generation process, look at your conversion process, look at your value delivery system. What are these areas doing for your business? Are they efficient? Look at your newsletter or your email list to see where are people opening, where are they not opening, where have they been interested, what types of things have been interesting for them, what has been some of your most successful content. And what I want you to do is just make a note of that. Don't do anything with it today. We're just going to make a note, and I will talk to you about that next week for the content audit of what we're actually going to do with that. So make a note and just assess the situation. This is a big week of assessment. This is not necessarily a week of a ton of action. It's more assessing the brand. And then next week, when we go through the content audit, we will actually talk about what to do with the information that you found and how we're going to use it for the rest of the year. Now, in this process audit, what we're going to do is we want to look at how are we getting customers, how are you attracting customers, what type of customers are you attracting, is it your audience that you were hoping to target? Those types of things are really important to look at and just take a bird's eye view and look at this. And this is part of working on your business because you now have the power to transform that. If you are reaching people that you weren't necessarily wanting to reach before, or you maybe need to change something in your messaging, we're going to talk about all that in next week's video on the content audit. But I really want to make sure that you take the time today to just dive deep into your brand, and let's really see how the public sees you, how your processes are working, how your financials are affected by that, and start really looking at the growth and health of your business. Day 5 is all about your website review. These are things like checking your photos, checking your speed, making sure that the products you want to highlight are on there. Are they on there the way you want them to be on there? All of those things are so important for your website. So just make sure you're checking those things out. We look to see if we are set up for making a profit on the website. And if you'd like help on how to set up your website, again, the Unleash Your Profit course is there, and those are the types of things that we do: how to set up the foundation of your website, how to make sure that your online presence is really focused on creating profit. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, come join us in the Unleash Your Profit course. Moving to day 6. Okay, day 6 is all about your photos and your headshots and setting yourself up to actually have a brand. Now, this doesn't mean you're going to get these things done right now, but this would mean you're going to maybe set up an appointment with a photographer, or you're going to have someone in your family take photos of you if you're not ready for a photographer just yet, and those are okay too. But you just want to find, what am I trying to give off from my brand, and what are the types of things that I want people to see, and the different facets I want them to know about me, so that you can take those photos and you can create that aspect of your brand. Now, this isn't something that you're going to do just once a year, but you might want to do this quarterly, you might want to do this biannually, however you'd like to set this up. But now is a good time to evaluate what you're trying to portray and how you'd like that portrayed. Do some research on some photographers, and then set up an appointment or put it in your to-do list to do soon. So on this last day of the brand audit, the best thing you can do is to make an issues list. You want to create a list where you can leave all of the notes that you made, all the things that you want changed, all of the problems of your brand. You want to put them all on this issues list. That doesn't mean that you're going to actually work on all of these things today, but that means that now you have basically downloaded from your brain onto one comprehensive list of the things that are going to create the brand that you want. And when you have time, either next week if you're still doing the 20 days off challenge, or when you have downtime in your business, or you have some designated time set out to go through these issues, then you can start to send these emails, you can start to make these changes. But it's one dedicated list, and it is an amazing feeling. This is a tactic that I got from the Traction book. It's an amazing book. He's got some incredible information in there. And that was one of the things that I felt was most helpful, is to have just one dedicated list for the issues in your business so that you always know where you can find them. So that is it for today, Remarkables. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you would like to join the tribe, you can join us at ashleetate.com. Just grab your invitation there. There's a little tab that you can click and just enter your email and your name, and I will see you in the tribe, which is where I go live weekly every Monday. We call that Remarkable Mondays, and we talk a little bit about just mindset, motivation, a few tips here and there that I don't always share here on YouTube. So I look forward to seeing you guys there. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Now get out there and unleash your something amazing. Bye, guys.